Coming to you from the castle in Northwest Philadelphia, this is the John Albatross Show. Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, John Albatross. We took off for the week of Thanksgiving, and we're going to do a short show today. We're not going to do a really long one. Might only be like 10, 15 minutes. It's not going to be like a 20, 30-minute show like barn burner like we usually do. But, we're back. We took the week off for Thanksgiving, little busy that week, had a lot of work, and I work a full-time job besides this. But yeah, we're back. Give you a little insights of what happened last week. We talked about the Jake Paul, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, talked about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and because of Spotify, we weren't on for a while because of how they changed their whole format. But we're back. We got a microphone. We got a camera and that has brought us more views. We have gotten the most views and like streams and whatever, most clicks total in a long time. And we are going to keep it up. We're going YouTube now. I don't mind if you watch on YouTube, but I'd rather you just listen or watch on wherever you get your podcast, because that helps the channel more. But if you are on YouTube, subscribe, do all that stuff. It helps the algorithm and it helps spread the word and gets the channel bigger. But here we are today, and like I said, it's going to be a short show. And for the last couple of weeks, I was thinking about this, and what caused me to talk about this. And we're going to talk about toxic masculinity today. And before you say anything, no, I'm not going to I'll get into why. So it's just gotten very, very, very much out of hand lately. And what caused me to want to talk about this is the Sixers have this player. His name is Jared McCain. And as you know, this show comes from the castle of Northwest Philadelphia now. And the thing that gets me about this guy is he's a great player. His last 10 or so games, he's put up 20 plus points. He's probably going to be Rookie of the Year this year. He's having that good of a season. He's playing like a seasoned vet. He might even make an all-star thing, or he'll be in that Rising Stars game, at the very least, if they still do that. I don't even know. But he's been really good this year. And I was talking to my buddy. He said, hey, what do you think of Jared McCain? I was like, oh, man, I liked him at Duke. He's a good player. I'm glad the Sixers got him. I can't wait to see what he does. And this was the game against the Hornets where he went off. And this was the first of many games where he dropped 20 on the team. And then it's people are saying they should trade him. I was like, why the hell would you say that they should trade him? If you're going to trade him, what are you going to get out of that so far early in his career? You got to get something big, because he was a first-round pick. They don't like him because he paints his nails and they think he's a sissy. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck cares? And then I went on TikTok, and now he's big on TikTok too. He's got 4 million followers on TikTok. He's getting that bag. And people are questioning his sexuality. And I was like, he's putting 25 points up a night. Who fucking cares what his sexuality is? He is shitting on everybody right now. Especially for a 20-year-old rookie. It's he's only 20 years old, like Jason Tatum thing. He is damn near like a Jason Tatum type player. And yeah, all the people are dropping 20 plus points a night. All the people are worried about is what team he plays for sexually, because he paints his nails. Now, I don't know why he paints his nails. He might paint his nails to support a cause or something, or a charity, or for some sort of awareness of something. He might do all that. I don't know. But I do know he's dropping 20 plus points a night, and most veterans aren't even doing that. And it brings me up to the next thing. It's like they're ripping this kid apart, and now they're ripping him too. A lot of people, oh, he's on spending more time on TikTok. He needs to get his game better. He's dropping 20 plus points a night. How much better can his game get? If it gets better, it's just going to get better because he's just fucking ripping people apart. Like, that's just like, that's the goal. Like, if you have 20 plus points a night and you average over that, like, you're a fucking Hall of Famer. And it gets to my next point with like the toxic masculinity, as everybody thinks that way now, and it's mainly because there's stuff out there, there's content out there on the internet, podcast, social media, video creators. They all have like release this content now, and it's all the same shit. It's, I gotta be the alpha dog. I'm the alpha dog. I do this. I do manly things. And I'm like, everybody can't be the alpha. Sometimes you gotta run with the pack. You can't lead. Everybody can't be a leader. And that's been a problem for the last couple years especially, is people that are trying to lead are not leaders. And we get this mentality now. It's just like, oh, what's it called? I want to be an alpha. I want to do this. And it's just like, be yourself. Be yourself. These people that claim that they're alphas, I hate to sound like an asshole. They're fucking weird. They are strange people, and you should really watch what they do. Because they're the type of people that would fucking be caught in some sort of scandal that it's just like, holy shit. And there's people that are weird and they're just like unique. I'll say unique. That people call weird and they rip them apart for. I'll just say the one guy, and I'll just say him. The weirdest one, the Liver King. I didn't even know who he was until something came out. But you seen him. He's built like fucking Zeus in God of War, the video game. Got a fucking long beard. Fucking just ripped fucking beyond belief. Cut like you don't even want to know. And it turns out he was a fucking fraud. He said, yeah, if you work out, like, do all this and you eat like fucking raw meat and like grains and like all this shit. He was eating fucking raw organ meat. Like, ugh. Gross. That's how you get gout. But yeah, he was doing all that, and turns out he was spending over $10,000 a month on steroids. He wasn't a natty, as if you didn't know he wasn't a natty. But yeah, the Liver King. And I seen how many people liked his shit, and I was like, holy fuck, I didn't know he was that popular. Well, not anymore, but... And then he apologized for lying. I was just like, fuck you. You know how many people are... I don't even want to fucking get into it. He's an asshole. But he's one of these people that promote toxic masculinity. You're not a man unless you look like this, and I'll teach you how to look like this. Got popular, made money off the backs of fucking pathetic people that want to look like that. And it was all a lie. And there's a lot of podcasters out there that promote that too. And it's just, they're fucking weird. They're fucking weird people. They're not unique. They're not like strangely unique. They're just fucking weirdos. Another one, one of the richest men in the world, Elon Musk. Like, I don't know why he's so popular. I never liked him. I thought he was a fucking weirdo for all the time. I thought he was a fraud. And turns out he's both. Another one. Stop looking up to these fucking people. They're all low testosterone, fucking have to do certain things certain ways, and they got to look like that they're these big fucking strong men when they're not. But yet they rip people for, doing stuff that's a little more feminine. Hey, not everybody can be the alphas, I gotta tell you. Stop listening to people that are 5'7" with low testosterone. Well, that's all. I'm going to go on a little rant today because I didn't really have that much. I got a big one coming up for you next week. But yeah, just that's the show today. Coming to you from the castle of Northwest Philly now, not the dungeon in Northeast Philly. I'll tell you about the dungeon in Northeast Philly before I go. It was a I lived in a duplex. I was on the first floor of a duplex, and I'd have to go in like this laundry room to do my show. And when I went into the laundry room, it was almost like a fucking dungeon. It was spooky. It was just like cinder blocks. Scary. So that was the dungeon. Now we're in the castle of Northwest Philly because, not saying this place is huge, but I have a vantage point of almost the whole like a 2-block radius within the neighborhood. So that's how we got the nicknames for that. But yeah, we took the week off last week because of Thanksgiving. We will be back next week, and we'll give you another show. And it'll be a little bit longer. I think it'll be a little bit longer because I got a lot to talk about. I just wanted to do this show this week because, just to give you something. I don't like taking weeks off like that. I took a long time off before, but that was because of all the stuff we had with Spotify. But we got it fixed now because we got a microphone, got the camera. Like I said, we're on YouTube now too. I'd rather you listen to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you get your podcast from. But if you're on YouTube, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, tell people about us, and help the algorithm out. That being said, this is John Albatross. We'll see you next week. The immortal words of Don Cornelius. Peace and soul.